Well, hello, GH Daily Recap fans, Comment Corner Recap fans. Hello. If you can hear me, give me thumbs up, give me 100 emojis, give me some heart, some love, everybody. It has been like, oh my goodness, I don't ever want to move again, and unfortunately, probably will. But it is so, thank you. I see Anita. Thank you for all that. You guys are already in the house, already saying where you're from. Let's see. Let me go down real quick. Um, Allergies, asthma. Y'all, you look. Those of you that have been with me for the last 3 years, you know I go through it. And guess what? Doesn't keep me from loving my GH, doesn't keep me from watching it every single day. As a matter of fact, when I'm not feeling well, really not feeling well, the only TV that I want to watch is General Hospital. That's the only, I mean, if I don't watch nothing else when I'm feeling bad, I'm watching General Hospital, you know, because it shows you, look, their life is definitely worse. So we've got Black Purple Turquoise in the house. Black Purple Turquoise, say where you're from. I think you're from Nevada, right? I think so. We've got Vita is from Denver. We have who else? Southern Colorado is Cindy. All right, Cindy. We have, I'm trying to go down. Maggie, I know Magdalena Holly from New York. We've got Illinois. T. Drajour is from Illinois, Gurney, Illinois. Uh, Everyone from the, yep, I thought you were coming from, well, not just Nevada, from Las Vegas, Nevada. That's Black Purple Turquoise. We've got Anita is from New Jersey. Sean's from Illinois. Edith is from Tennessee. Scobie is from Virginia. Oh, LaShonda says, I miss you doing Y&R. LaShonda, I just can't anymore. The storyline on The Young and the Restless is ridiculous to me. The writers have to continue to recycle the same old villains that are and not the General Hospital, don't bring somebody back from the dead, but I'm telling you, the recent one, because don't think I don't fast forward General Hospital once a month. I get caught up on the, not General Hospital, Young and the Restless. I get caught up on the whole month on a weekend, just fast forwarding through until I see somebody on the screen I care about. And then I stop. I can't. The whole AI thing going on, the whole Matt Clark thing going on. They thought bringing Roger Hayworth and even bringing in Tamara Braun was going to do something for the show. Can't do anything for the show if the writing is horrible. The writing is ridiculously bad. So that's the only thing I have to say about Y&R. As a matter of fact, the only reason I haven't changed my YouTube channel, because it's still called GH Spoilers Y&R Today, is I'm still waiting to see if Beyond the Gates is going to go the distance, right? Because it'll be GH Spoilers BTG Today. I can't do Young and the Restless anymore at all. So anyway, let me dive right into just a few more names, everybody, because now we got people in. You guys are here. Thank you. Thank you. Um, we've got Brenda from Canada, Quebec City, Canada. Melody's from Chicago. Um, Quita is from Pittsburgh, Virginia. And San Francisco, Patricia is from San Francisco. Let's see, who else did I miss? We've got Latrice from Florida, Janelle from Pennsylvania, Richard's from New York City, Crystal from Philly. Philly's in the house. Shirley's from Toronto. Edith is from Tennessee. And okay, let's talk about let's talk about some folks on General Hospital. I see somebody threw in Olivia, Monique. Monique said Olivia had no room to talk since she dated, uh, since the two men she dated were from Mob Julian, Jerome, and Sonny. I know mobsters, right? Olivia. Waste of character. But then again, I guess if we think back, has Olivia's character ever really had any substance? Let's think about that. The only time to me Olivia was interesting was, well, not the only time. One of the times she was interesting was after Janet had injected her with the LSD and she had premonitions. Okay. It was funny, but they could have gone somewhere with that. But then again, I guess that would be 2 days of her life or Salem ish with the premonition thing going on. Now, the whole Leo storyline where she did not want to believe that Leo was on the spectrum, that was a good storyline. That was a very good storyline. The way she was in disbelief, the way Ned was the first one that started to be suspicious that something was up, right? Um, and just what Ned started on his own to learn about kids on the spectrum. Because I mean, I know I don't mention I know I've mentioned this over the course of 3 years, but I don't talk about my personal life a lot because see, I'm daily recap lady. And that's all that entails in my life is daily recap lady. Come on now. We all know I got a life, right? My first grandchild, my granddaughter, she'll be 8, named Daily Recap Lady Junior. I began to suspect she was on the spectrum probably about a year and a half, right? I raised 4 children myself. So there were kind of signs and milestones, right? And I'm thinking, why is it I don't understand a word she's saying and she's going to be 2? I kind of remember understanding my other children. I mean, my own children. And other little telltale signs, she walked on her tippy toes. And then the things that she used to say before she was 2, I started noticing she stopped saying. And then I started noticing less and less eye contact. And now my whole thing was I got to tell my daughter because I lived in the house with I moved. I own my own business. My first grandchild was going to be born the way it is in LA. I lived in the Valley. They lived in South Bay. There was no way, y'all. And I know I'm not talking about GH, but I'll get to it. I was going to let a freeway be in between me and my grandchild because that 405 is a beast. It could be an hour and a half or more for something that should only take 40, 45 minutes. So I moved. We got a house together. I was going to, told her, 2 years. I'm going to help you with this baby for 2 years. And I tell you, she was in disbelief. She didn't believe it. And, I didn't know anything. I didn't know anything until the doctors told me I did know something, right? But anyway, um, when they found Leo, and actually it only took her a day to come around. I'm gonna tell you, she hated me for a day, just one day, because then she looked up, she started doing her own research, and all the markers, my granddaughter had them. But anyway, when Leo disappeared, and they were looking for Leo everywhere, and Ned found him laying on the pier, just looking at the water. And they were like, how did you know to look for him there? And he said he had been doing research. And one of the things that he read is children on the spectrum, they're drawn to water. And he just had a hunch Leo would be there. Now, why Leo wasn't drawn to the lake that they have on the property, I don't know. But that is one thing I did notice. My granddaughter oh my God, loves water. Love to just look at it. So anyway, I love the Leo storyline, because then they started integrating some education behind it, right? Tracy gave the boathouse to Danny. No, Tracy didn't give the boathouse to Danny. Tracy was going to try to bribe Danny by giving him the gatehouse, which there is no way that a teenager should have their own gatehouse. Now, everybody was throwing in Olivia, talking about how ridiculous Olivia was. Let's start there. Let's start with this current week. Back to horrible. Oh, goodness. Jenna says, I have autism. Yep. And you have certain special gifts and talents. And I know you excel in a lot of different areas. People are afraid to understand, you know, the different variations of the spectrum. There's so many different things. And you know what? Let me get off that. So anyway, how she decided she was going to call a family meeting as if she should be able to, right? And say, Michael, Michael, it could have been the kids. He was just out there. Now, mind you, when she walked in, you want to know what Olivia said? I could tell they either probably just finished something explosive or getting ready to get into something explosive. So then guess what? I guess you didn't see much of nothing, did you, Olivia? Grown woman? You didn't see, you saw the two of them sitting on the floor with the blankie over themselves. There you go. You didn't get to see an X-rated movie at all. At all. So then the twist of fate, and do you notice the way Tracy, I love the way they're doing her. She was sitting back because Olivia said, let me take the lead. And when Olivia was going around the bend, and Tracy would just come out and bam, look, Michael, this is about you. And Olivia's looking, and she goes, look, Tracy's like, look, Michael, this is about your activities in the gatehouse. And he goes, Olivia, right? Michael is as cool as a cucumber. Did you all notice that Michael did not apologize? And he shouldn't have had to. Michael did not apologize one bit, right? And then Olivia had the nerve. Yep, the door was closed to that gatehouse. Olivia had the nerve to say, look, it's not about what you were doing in the gatehouse. It's about who you were doing it with. Tracy's sitting in that chair. She looked like, what you mean who he was doing it with? And Michael looked at her. He says, what do you mean? And then she went into her story telling about Jacinda meeting her jobs at the Metro Court. And so that's when Michael said, are you kidding me? I will not have Jacinda disrespected. And that's when Tracy jumped up and said, wait a minute. Michael has the right to see whoever he wants, whomever, right? And then Michael ended up shutting up Ned and Olivia when he said, what about my grandmother? My grandmother was an escort, lady of the night. You saying you better than Bobby? And they both looked and kind of just, shut up, Olivia. Kick you in the teeth. So anyway, you guys are talking about Column. I like that. Talking about Column coming into the office on Marco. What's the poll? I want to know, how do you feel? Do you feel Column's going to kill Marco next week? Or do you think he's going to just hurt him or scare him? Do you think Marco is going to be exiting the show next week at Column's hands? I don't know, y'all. Part of me, a good end to Marco being taken out. Now, Sidwell loves his son, but I do believe Sidwell could cut off an appendage, right? I do believe Sidwell could. And if they do, and Sidwell walks in before Marco is eliminated, right? I do believe Sidwell will tell him, see, Marco, your loyalties were all wrong. Because if you really loved me, you'd have been loyal to me. And then he would look at Marco and say, that's the problem your mother had. Her loyalties were not to me, which is why I made sure the meds she was taking was extra dose, extra super duper strength. Because your mother had to go, just like you, Marco. Yikes, right? Because and then the look on Marco's face would be like, what? You know, he'd been so busy. Sonny Corinthos, Sonny. Yeah, no. Plus, you're a grown man, intelligent. You should have known, for one thing, Sonny wasn't responsible. She committed suicide, accidental suicide. If anybody was responsible, it's you for ignoring her. Now, we're saying Column might make it seem like Marco left on his own. And when Steve comes back, he'll be in WSB prison that he's going to have to escape from, right? If Marco is eliminated, Lucas is in grave danger, right? I don't know. I kind of think Sidwell will just have to send Marco away. He will tell Column, you will not kill my son, period. He was out of line. Yes, he put the property in jeopardy. I mean, the project. But I'm going to handle my son, not you. Period. And I could see Sidwell sending Marco away, which still leaves Lucas. I think Blaze will come to town for Marco's funeral. Interesting. If Marco is killed, Blaze would come to town for her brother. Why they did not? They dropped the ball with her not coming to town for her mother's funeral. They really dropped the ball on that. She did not hate her mother with a hate. She just couldn't stand her mother's bigotry and just she couldn't deal with it, right? He said Alexa's going to find Marco in her office. Alexis may be the one to find him. Okay. All right. I haven't seen the spoilers yet, so I'll be doing that spoiler video tomorrow. Um, then how's Lucas going to be okay? Jason's out the picture. But the good news is Jason is going to be put in some kind of prison. Probably nobody knows. Watch. Even Brennan won't be able to find out where Jason is put. But the good news about that is Britt will know he didn't desert her. Although, for one thing, Jason leaving town without her, that shouldn't even be in her mind. Jason had no reason to want to leave town. Jason would never leave his son. The only reason he would leave was for Britt. That was it. I don't put it past him. So we'll see what are they going to do with Lucas. Do you think Lucas will go run into Sonny? Saying, please, Sonny, please protect me. Protect me, Sonny. Or will Jason go to Carly? Please, sister, please protect me from Sidwell. Marco's gone. Marco's missing. Is he going to run to the PCPD? Marco's gone. Marco's missing. His father did it. Colum did. Yo, is he going to do that like he did to Sonny? All right, let's flip the switch out. Oh, God, I'm over Jocelyn, too. And I wasn't flipping the switch on her. Jocelyn's character gets 30 seconds from me. Over it, they're getting ready to recast Eden. And they're going to recast the Christina, her character. And look, let's do something different with her because I'm sick of her. We already know they're going to do something which is crazy for them to try to now make her justify having feelings for the person she clearly sees her brother. It has deep feelings for because they lip locking in front of Christina every time they get, yeah, Christina, right? But Jocelyn, I'm done with her. Let's talk about Valentine. Valentine Cassadine. How do you all feel? What do you think is going to actually be a story? Because Jason's gone. So now we need somebody else stepping up into the picture, into the story, driving action. Valentine Cassadine can carry that bill. But the only way Brennan is going to have to enlist Valentine's help because without Brennan, if Valentine comes out, Colin will snatch him up and put him back in Steinmeier. Let's not forget that. So Valentine is going. I know Sonny's not responsible for Morgan's death at all. It's a Jerome thing. Valentine still needs to be protected. He needs to be able to get out and about doing the things he could do to save the day. And Brennan can help him do it. Now, how much Brennan's going to know about, excuse me, y'all. See, look, I can't pause the video to cough. How much do you think Brennan's going to find out about Carly and Valentine? Jack, Valentine, and Carly will team up to take Sidwell down. Yes, they will. Britt will be there too. You know, trying to do something on the inside. But either way, what's interesting, Britt has. Let's talk about Britt. Wasn't it ridiculously stupid, everybody? of Britt to tell Lucas to bring her medication to Pier 55. How stupid was that? Come meet me in Sidwell's front yard to give me medicine that was stolen from him. Unbelievable. And do you feel, is Britt pregnant? No, I haven't heard about that. If Do you feel Rocco's gonna get hurt spying? Or do you feel Marco's gonna save the day where Britt is concerned? Not Marco, oh my goodness, Rocco. Do you feel Rocco's gonna get hurt spying? Or do you feel Rocco is going to save the day? I think Rocco will be used as leverage. I think Britt was going to the pier to go to a ship for. Yeah, but Pier 55, Sidwell owns it now. Jason has access to speedboats and everything else. No, you're going to get a hold of your medication. You meet Lucas at the hospital. And then you think, you guys are chemists, you're scientists. You take some of that out and you tell Lucas, listen, you get to work, or I'm going to leave part of this, half of this vial here, right? It's going to be in safekeeping. I'm going to inject myself with the other half because I need a little boost. And then the last vial they would give to Brick. But to keep them both together, oh, and she hasn't even had her shot for the day? That's stupid crazy. Ridiculously crazy. So anyway, there's going to be some mess on that pier. Rocco's going to be knee deep in it. And guess what they're going to do? Dante and Lulu are going to blame Britt for the danger that Rocco is going to get himself into. Because Rocco, Britt doesn't know he's doing this. Why he feels he has to sneak and follow her. She says she wasn't going nowhere, but I think she is going somewhere. Well, so what, Rocco? Does that mean I'm a sneak and you should be on the pier? Right? Now we got people, and I saw this in Comment Corner. If Nathan has a twin out there, because someone said Nathan didn't have a bullet hole on his scene with Lulu. So of course I had to go all the way back. And yes, there was a bullet hole. Now, I do not believe there is a twin Nathan, because Liesl would have given both her twins to her sister. Period. Right? Who I believe, because and I even went back, Britt did say, tell Jocelyn, the only thing my father left behind besides 4 kids was my Huntington's disease for me. Guess what, y'all? Ross Cullum is that 4th child. Ross Cullum looks just like Cesar Faison, exact same height as Cesar Faison. And when he was scaring the heck out of Anna, pretending to be his father, that is his father. Ross Cullum is the 4th child. He may be Cesar Faison's firstborn son. Firstborn child, to be exact. By some other villainous mother or some mother that just filled the need for Cezanne, right? Isn't he a little too old? Cezanne was an old man. So, no, I don't believe Ross is too old. I honestly, when you think about it, it would be Ross. It would be Cesar needed somebody who could climb his waist through the WSB. Cezanne also, look, somebody had Nathan dug up from the ground, Ross column, right? Revitalized his brother. Somebody to got Britt's body, stole it, revitalized his sister, right? Somebody probably also got Peter August's body, Ross column. So that's my prediction, everybody. Let's remember that and see, am I going to be right? And Ross could have all that medication because guess what? Ross could have Huntington's disease too. And he's utilizing his father's invention. His father's, it's not a cure. It's just, it's passive. It keeps the Huntingtons at bay. So let's see how that's going to happen. Let's briefly talk about Nathan and Lulu. Nathan and Lulu. How do y'all feel about them? Because she dreaming. Am I dreaming? Is this my life now? Is it a dream? Oh, your guns. How do you feel about them? Oh, I don't think Column's fourth child says so. And sewing room, you know a whole lot. You might be right. That was just my prediction. I have zero use for Nathan and Lulu. I'm with you, black, purple, turquoise, but we have people like Sean. Oh, and Mr. 0417 Angel says, I think my prediction is wrong. And it could be. What's your prediction? What's your prediction, Mr. 0417? Give me that prediction. I don't care for Nathan and Lulu. Sean loves Nathan and Lulu. Love Nathan. Yeah, you know what? Whatever. Keeps her busy. I tell you who I love less than Nathan and Lulu. Dante and Elizabeth. I would love that pairing even less. No on the Dante and no on the Elizabeth. Right? But Nathan sure did come whining to Dante. Cullen was at my house. I was at Lulu's house in the morning. And Dante kind of looked away like, oh my God. Just, yeah, Dante, you had your chance, buddy. You had your chance, Dante. Let's see what's going on. Nathan couldn't play baseball like he used to. Well, you know what? To be fair about that, how many even professional athletes can take a 7+ year break from any sport, not practice one bit, not play one bit, first time at bat, just like they never left? I don't think it happens that way in the real world. They got to get their sports wheels back on, right? I froze for a tiny bit. Well, let's hope my internet stays. I was having internet. Well, I'm wired now, so it should be okay. Muscle memory. Okay. All right. Muscle memory. Nathan should have known. That's what Sewing Room says. Elizabeth and Dante, that's a dumb combo. I'm with you. I'm with you. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Willow, Drew, Michael. Want to know what I'm disappointed in, everybody? I'm disappointed, first of all. Now I'm going to start coughing. And if it gets really bad, I may not be able to make it a whole hour, everybody. So, a matter of fact, you know what? Y'all can handle this. I have an inhaler. I'm going to take my inhaler. Because I could, when you have asthma and you feel, okay, something's brewing. Something is a brewing. That's why I knew I should take that inhaler. Okay, so now what the heck? Who was I talking about? Okay, I can be heard. So Monique, yeah, that's on you. Um, who was I talking about? Oh, Willow, Michael, Drew. How many months has it been Michael's mission to keep his children away from Willow? Because he didn't trust her. Right? We thought secretly he saw her shoot Drew. But I guess they decided not to play it that way. But Michael still was adamant about keeping his kids away from Willow. But then, for that hot minute when the key issue came up and he rushed to settle on custody with Willow, that was a tactical move on his part, right? But would his worry go away, y'all? Would his concern for his kids being under the care of her go away? But poof, it has. Poof. He's okay, right? I don't get that. But okay, right? Now we've got Scout back in the house. They're not showing Willow, so this should be the period where Cameron Matheson is filming. So for a short moment, you were on mute. If I was on mute, that's probably because the camera sensed I was going to talk a cough or something. And maybe Zoom, not Zoom, maybe it kind of muted me there. Anyway, who cares? I'm back now. You can hear me. So, I don't understand. We've got Cameron out for a minute. Willow is going to be hating on Sidwell. Willow felt she didn't want Scout to be at home because she didn't want her to be around her father that way, right? But since Sidwell said, no, you're going to bring that girl home tonight, and immediately she did. But for her to feel that way about Scout being around Drew, but she feels it's okay for her own kids. But I guess it's like this. She does not take Wiley and Amelia into Drew's room. She keeps her kids away from Drew, which is a good thing. Now, how do you think Willow is going to put a monkey wrench in Sidwell's plans? What do you feel is going to make that happen? Right? People want Sasha back. I like Sasha too. What do you think is going to make that happen? I kind of think if Jack Brennan, like he said, he told Nina, he'll make that tape reappear, but in a very public fashion. And probably not the tape, probably some other narrative and evidence with it, right? Sidwell only wants to use you if you are worth something to him. If that tape shows up and it puts a whole bunch of doubt, yeah, there's no double jeopardy. But if her constituents turn away from her, then she's no use to Sidwell. And he will discard Willow and try to get another mouthpiece for himself. But let's see. At this point, everybody, Sonny and Jason have done nothing to rid Port Charles of Jen Sidwell. I think this whole Marco situation, and if Marco is killed, the script is going to be flipped on his father. We're going to start to see a evil, vengeful. We're going to see a Sidwell who feels he has nothing to lose. Because for all we know, Marco's his only child, for what we know. But for somebody who's such a ladies' man like Sidwell, I can't see that Marco is his only child out there. But who knows, right? Yes, Sewing Room says Sonny is working on a plan. Yeah, I guess, right? By the time that plan comes out, Donna will be graduating high school. I mean, I don't know. Says, could Willow be charged federally for the attempted murder of a congressman? No, what Sidwell could then do is plant the evidence. Yeah, the tape now shows up that you were the one, probably that tried to shoot him. But I'm going to give the evidence that you're the one that's got him drugged, have kidnapped and incapacitated him. That will send her to prison, what she's doing now, right? But I don't see Willow going down without doing damage to Jen Sidwell. Although her tape resurfacing has nothing to do with her doing damage, it only has everything to do with Nina not delivering to Agent Brennan what he wants. He's delivered nothing. And if Brennan finds Valentina on his own, I hope he doesn't just give Nina a pass. Do you feel, Monique says, do you feel Jason should have taken the shot? Or do you feel he hasn't killed so long he hesitated? No. I feel Jason didn't take that shot, in my opinion, and I want to see everybody else's opinion. This is what live is for. The shot wasn't clean enough. The shot would have been directly in front of Agent Brennan. They ain't working together that closely, right? Jason's cleanest kills are when no one else is around, right? If Ross would have been, and Cullum would have been in that office alone, Jason would have taken that shot. But the WSB with Agent Brennan there would be, and what immediately did you do? What cavalry did you call? Because Brennan would have been required to act real fast, because this would be his superior shot in front of him. Jason would not have been able to escape, even though Jason would get rid of the rifle. It wouldn't have been clean, because Sonny cautioned him, make sure it's a clean shot, Jason. The WSB won't rest. So, that has to be, look, Column's on his way home from the office and never shows up anywhere. That's clean. Right? Now that's clean. Yeah, it wasn't a clean shot. And look, because now that there's a warrant for his arrest, good thing. Because look, now we got a dead Ross Cullum, and you number one suspect, and we got you right here. So anyway, let's see, who else haven't we talked about? Oh, let's talk a little bit about little baby Phoebe, Chase, and Brooke Lynn. You think Christina will try to steal Jacinda from Michael? She just might. That's Christina. She's messy. She's messy that way. Jordan, somebody said, let's talk about Jordan. Jordan is not pregnant. Or is she? I don't know. She says she's not. But did we all want Jordan to be pregnant? No. I mean, I just don't care, right? So look, that's one less mess. Let's see if Portia's baby goes to term, right? Although they're having her blowing up like a balloon there. My goodness. I'm like, her belly is floating at top she had on, right? Um, but let's talk about Chase in Brooklyn and Phoebe. That storyline was brought so far from left field, blown into there. They're building up to something else. My whole thing, before I get into that Who the Baby family story, is why did Chase not even get a slap on the wrist from Dante or ADA Turner regarding Michael's keys? Why not? He blatantly did it and suffered 100% zero consequences. And they wonder why Chase does what he does and continues to break the rules. He should have been, to me, he should have been suspended. Yeah, he needed to be fired. But for sure, I heard Chase is leaving. Well, you know what? I'd heard that a long time ago. I know. Is he leaving? Because Brooklyn, on her Instagram account, it's called the Real Brooklyn Chase, something, whatever it is. She put 9 months from now that the Chase family. Let's see, do I still have that? Do I have it, y'all? Let's see, Instagram. Here we go. The Chase family soon in 9 months. Chase and Brooklyn unborn child will join the cast. Will join the Chase family. That text she put out 2 days ago. It was on Wednesday, so 3 days ago, in Instagram, in her account. So somebody's little swimmers are going to swim right, or maybe, guess what? He never got checked out. He only took Willow's word. She was the one, right, who interpreted his test results. So perhaps they are going to be able to go in and save some little swimmers and do in vitro on Brooklyn, or maybe little swimmers going to break through themselves naturally, because it's been over a year. Sometimes the body, gets better. It starts to work itself out, right? And in Chase's situation, maybe that'll happen. But no, nothing happened to Chase, which is why he's still sitting there so pompous. So pompous. Even in the scene between him and Brooklyn, when she was talking about she wanted them to be able to take the baby. And he agreed, which I knew. They are going to end up fostering that baby. But what's going to happen is the whole storyline behind Delilah is going to come into play. And there's going to be some danger there, because she did have this tattoo on her arm that nobody talked about or mentioned or said it looked kind of like something else, or could this be, right? One thing that they did say, this woman was coming, the train was from Manhattan, New York, that her clothes in her suitcase were all designer clothes, meaning she was a kept woman, or she's come from money, right? Somebody's saying it's going to be Nathan's baby. Did Nathan ever see? No, Delilah Williams, he would know her name. Although he's pretending not to know nothing for the past 7 years. Right? That would be interesting. Him and Lulu get together, but Brooklyn and Chase is loving little Phoebe. All of a sudden ends up being Chase's baby. They would have to take the baby from Lulu. Not Lulu, from BLQ and Chase. That would be a hot mess, right? I think it's going to be Ethan's baby. I did hear Ethan Spencer. And actually, Ethan is a Lovett, I think. Ethan Lovett is coming to town. So, Somebody says, isn't Sky's baby named Delilah? Yeah, it was. She thought maybe Delilah was looking for Nathan. Could be. They're getting ready to bring in something. They really, really are. And okay, I'm all for bringing in something, but let's tie up old crap. Period. Is Anna coming back? Isn't she coming back? Does any of us really care about that? Right? Um, the whole Willow thing. The things that she's done, she does not need to get away with indefinitely forever. She's done too much, from stalking a baby to attempted murder to now holding somebody hostage in their own body. Just come on now. And why? Let's talk about what Willow has done. Why were those keys never tested for fingerprints? Why? Period. Anyway, Willow needs to be caught. I believe that, and I'm 100% with you that Willow definitely needs to be caught. Um, let's see, we're about to wrap it up, y'all. But my inhaler definitely helped me out so that I could finish this. Who do you want to wrap it up with? Give me a story or a character to talk about for the last 5-6 minutes. Nina somehow going to accidentally cause Willow's demise or death. Willow might cause Willow's information to come to light because she can't deliver. May sweeps. Somebody wants to talk about Laura. What should we talk about, Laura? Portia? Nah, I ain't talking about Portia. Laura. Laura and Sunny, to me, are not doing well. Laura's trying to hang in there, but Laura is reaching her boiling point. I kind of think she's like, look, I'd rather, confess and take my chances because I didn't kill the guy, but whatever, right? She is getting so sick of running this town, being mayor, doing Sidwell's bidding. Yeah, we're tired of Laura being weak. That's not Laura. That's Jordan. That's Jordan for a year now, not being able to find nothing. He's an above board guy. Jordan, you know better than that. You were the chief of police and you were a detective. I'm so sick of Jordan. Um, Nobody cares about how Maxie got sick. I know that hasn't come out yet. Um, yeah, Laura should have some instincts here. I don't even care about talking about Sunny and Justine. We knew that was going to happen, and we knew it's not going to end. Oh, Alexis is not good for Danny. I agree with you. Danny should not go to Alexis, and I will be saddened if he does, because Alexis will try to prevent him, this teenager who knows where he wants to go, from going to the Quartermain's house. Because she talks about, do you hear the way she was talking about the Quartermains to Tracy? Said, I don't want Danny influenced by you all. I don't want this, that, and the until he's of age to make these choices himself. So you mean to tell me you're going to hold Danny hostage for 2 years? Alexis, with your self-righteousness. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Danny should live at the Q. I think he should. I agree. Danny should live there. And Danny should be. And Tracy would not prevent Danny from spending the night at his grandmother's. She wouldn't. She wouldn't prevent Danny from, look, you want your little sister to come on over? She could stay in her old room for the night. Tracy would be down for all that. Alexis, on the other hand, Alexis would be trying to block the whole situation. She would come up with every reason why Danny She's not going to let Danny go this weekend because she'll say, look, it is my responsibility to honor your mother's wishes. It is my response, and I don't feel you should. And Danny would need to say, my mother would take us there all the time and leave us for the weekend. She would, and they were younger than that. Unbelievable. Uh, Lulu and Nathan, Q's house. Next, she does not need to be over Danny, but I'll bet you any amount of money because I kind of think Jason said that in the event he's going to be gone longer than 2 months, that he did give guardianship to his grandmother. I think he told Danny that, and I'm not happy about that, y'all. I'm really not. So anyway, our next sweeps are May sweeps. This is March, so we got a little minute. Danny and Charlotte, I hope they cool their jets and they don't show them. I mean, to me, that was a storyline they did not even need to go down, and they did not even need to pursue. So hopefully they drop that like a hot potato. Um, Robert Scorpio, when are they going to do a memorial? I know they're going. It'll take them some time, but they'll do something for him, Tristan Rogers, right? Um, yeah, I was just somebody. Oh, Cody and Molly. I think eventually Molly is going to be able to have a baby. I think the way they're going to end up doing that storyline is Molly will. No more surprise children. I think Molly and Cody will. They're going to be that surprise couple that tends to make it. I mean, TJ and Molly, I liked them, but they were, teen high school sweethearts, going into adult sweethearts, which were very boring to me. I mean, yeah, he's a doctor, she's a lawyer. They looked good on paper, but were they really good? I don't know. I think Cody and Molly being opposites are what's going to keep them together. Yep, there we go, sewing room. They were boring as adults. I'm with you on that. Annette says Cody and Molly are too stupid. Cody's wasted character. They need to give him a storyline. I think Molly and Cody will have a baby together. I definitely do. I definitely do. All right, everybody. We are 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Predictions for the future next week. It's going to be good. Marco, gone. So what do you think Brad's going to do? Because Lucas is going to be in definite danger. There is no way Sidwell's going to handle his son being killed, especially when his head was turned by this guy. And this guy's still running around? Because remember Sidwell's vow to Pascal that if Lucas ends up being a bad influence or putting the project in jeopardy, Lucas was going to be eliminated, and he was going to be consoling his son at his boyfriend's funeral. Well, guess what? If Marco's the one dead, Lucas is dead man walking. They're going to have to run Lucas right on out of town. Carly's going to have to tell him, you got to go, brother. Because Ava will be the one to say, it's too dangerous, Lucas. You've got to go. Yeah, Pascal or Sidwell will kill Marcus. Yeah. Well, yeah, because Pascal's going to be devastated. Somebody said Kyle be gone soon. Take him out of town. Yeah, Kai is a very unneeded character on the show. Anyway, all right, everybody. I will be back actually tomorrow with the spoilers for next week. And then I'll be back on Monday with another daily recap of General Hospital. I want everybody to be safe out there, and you have a great rest of your weekend. Let me put some little emojis up here. Where's the 100? Because y'all were great today. All right, there we go, 100s. And